so bright and cheerful, and not wind blown. Right? No wind. That's very nice today. Welcome to Unity Church of Sun Lakes. I'm Kate Turner. I'm doing platform today. Delighted to be here. Of course, keep your cell phones turned off or down. And first thing, I'd like to thank Julia for these gorgeous flowers. I had to make sure where they were. Perfect. Perfect with the background as well. So we appreciate that. Nice and springy looking. So welcome to everyone. Nice to have a nice crowd again today. Some folks we haven't seen for a while. And we're going to start off with a song by Barb and Brian. I think.
Yeah, it's Barb and Brian and Friends. The JaJas. Please sing along.
I think we do have someone here that is a guest, and of course we always like to say hi to our online visitors. But we have Diane brought a friend, someone who's recently relocated to this area, and her name is Mary. She's shy, she's not going to stand up, y'all, but she'll wave at you. There she is. Mary said she's just starting to learn about the, about being here, and I said, stay out of the sun. That's the most important thing that you need to know. So, those important things, right? So anyway, we welcome you, and we have a little thing that we do for any, there's another new person too.
Oh, she's been here before.
No, she's been here before. I haven't seen her. But we welcome you anyway. Let's all welcome each other, shall we? With our girls. We love you, we bless you, and we welcome you. Perfect. Okay, so next is our opening prayer with Ela Cabral, which is going to be followed by Kay Davis doing the daily word, and then we're going to have something special from Reverend Jeanne. So all those things will take place.
Thank you, Kate. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So we're now at the end of April, which was a special month because not only did we celebrate Earth Day, we had a solar eclipse, we had a pink full moon, and so I'm excited to read you. I wrote a love prayer to Mother Earth, so I dedicate this prayer to her. All right, so if you can focus on this, that'll help with our prayer. We stand in sacred reverence as we speak to Mother Earth, our living, breathing, and loving home planet. We stand in unity with you as we strengthen our bond between your sacred soil and spirit, for we both exist in the oneness of all there is. The indigenous call you Pachamama, we call you Mother. We bless your partnership with the sun and the moon as they provide us with the light we need to see our pathway into enlightenment. We bless the stars and the moon that surrounds you, for it reminds us that we are a part of infinite universes. Mother Earth, we bathe in the oceans and rivers with baptismal bliss so that we are strengthened in our thirst for enlightenment. We bless both domestic and wild animals you protect that walk beside us, and bless their gifts of beautiful companionship. We are also grateful for nature's abundance, providing us with food, clothing, and shelter. Thank you, Mother. We bless the universal skies for the songbirds who sing to us about you, our majestic planet. And we bless the air that fills our lungs so we may speak about your beauty. We thank you for the numerous earth changes, for we understand the earth movements are in synchronicity, matching our ascension. Mother Earth, may your winds echo the knowledge of our ancestors so that we listen and learn from the past and teach future generations how to live in peace. For we walk on holy ground. We walk on the same soil as our past and future generations. And until that moment returns when we are dust to dust once again, we continue to remember the love you bless us with every day to co-create heaven on earth. And so it is. So it is.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see all of you.
Good to see you.
Today is Sunday, April 28th, 2024. And the word from Daily Word is inner peace. I call upon the infinite peace of God within. I find peace in the beauty around me. A clear day, flowers swaying in the breeze, a gently flowing stream, all reveal the presence of God and reflect my inner nature. Lasting peace resides within my mind and heart. If that peace is temporarily disturbed, If I'm feeling out of sorts about my life or the situation of a dear one, I draw upon the strength and stability by turning away from outer circumstances and going within. I quiet the chatter of my mind, perhaps thinking of one of my peaceful places, imagining the breeze caressing my face and hearing the trickling stream. In this quiet state, I connect with my source and begin to feel a settling calmness. I consider my life from this higher perspective and remain centered and serene no matter what is happening in my life or in the world. Peace be with you. John 20:26.
So this month we've been talking about showers of blessings. And so I wanted to share a couple of the blessings that I've received this month. The first one is that last weekend, it was a big birthday for me, and Amy and I went to New York to celebrate our birthdays, because our birthdays are 4 days apart. And we went to see Moulin Rouge, the Broadway show, and it was unreal. And to be there with my sister, whom I used to sing with, you know, we sat there and sang all the songs, and we sat there and cried, and every time you cry, it's a blessing. So, and the second blessing was that we went to see her oldest daughter, and Cora, and that was so fun to be with her, and she was the adult, we were the children. She took us on the subway, and you know, it was really neat to be with her as an adult. And the morning of the show, we were walking down the street, and I was contemplating getting braids. Kind of cool. So we're looking at the braids, and one of the shop people came out. Well, that particular day, Amy gave me a really beautiful dress to wear. It was so colorful, and she was also very colorful. And they just were drawn to our color, you know, just so much color. So she came out, and she hugged us, and she found out that I was a minister. Amy told her how old I was. She told everybody how old I was. And when she heard that it was my birthday and that I was a minister, she put her hand on her heart. And she started blessing me like you couldn't believe. I mean, I've never heard a blessing. And I just stood there and I received. And my eyes were filled with tears, hers were. And it was just a divine moment that I still can create. And I felt blessed, like it doesn't matter, no matter what happens to me from now on, this fly. But it was an incredible spiritual experience for all of us. And we hugged, and anyway. Then we went to the show and had an incredible day. That evening, we were resting.
Did you get braids?
Huh?
Did you get
I did not.
No time.
No time. But as we were laying in bed, just reminiscing, looking at all the pictures and laughing at all their videos and things, I got a text from Don Ratliff. And it said, I just wrote this song for Unity Church of Sun Lakes. I hope you like it. And I played it, and again, we sat and cried and cried. I did like the song very much. For those that don't know, Don and Elise are in the back here. I thought it'd be fun to share the song with you guys today. Go ahead, Derek.
Together we stand, a family so strong, in the unity of Sun Lakes where we all belong. With love in our hearts, we share the same goal, to lift up each other and make our spirits whole. We gather as one, with open arms wide, through trials and triumphs. We walk side by side in this sacred place. Our spirits start to rise. With faith as our guide, we reach for the skies. With voices united, we sing in harmony. Our souls intertwining like a melody. In moments of struggle, we lend a helping hand. Our love for each other, like grains of sand, we gather as one, with open arms wide, through trials and triumphs. We walk side by side in this sacred place. Our spirits start to rise. With faith as our guide, we reach for the skies. Voices united, we sing in harmony.
Well, I think we can all agree we've been blessed. Oh, gosh, yeah. I don't even know what we're doing now. Oh, sorry. Somebody else is singing. I have no idea.
I don't know if I can sing.
Oh.
And now let's do that harmony that Don wrote about. Thank you so much. Please join us.
Here I am in this moment. Here I am in the place I was meant to be. Nothing can hurt me, nothing can shake me. I am free, I am whole. Here I am, here and now, in this moment. Here I am, in the place I am meant to be. Nothing can hurt me, nothing can shake me. I am free, I am whole. Here I am, here and now, in this moment. Here I am, in the place I am meant to be. Nothing can hurt me, nothing can shake me. I am free, I am whole. I am free, I am whole.
Wow, I don't know if I can follow all this up. But thank you to everybody. What a beautiful song, Don. Thank you for sharing that with our church. And along the whole nature and Earth Day themes that were in bothEla's prayer and in the daily word, let's go with that. Let's meditate in a way that we can appreciate Mother Earth and nature and the beauty of our surroundings and how we need to protect Mother Earth. So if we could all just take a deep breath and still our hearts and still our minds. And another. And if you can Slow down your heartbeat. Take fewer breaths, deeper breaths. And now, if you can imagine a place on this Mother Earth that we all rejoice and celebrate in and on. Think of a place that you love to go, a place that is peaceful, a place that is private. Although it may not be private because the birds may be singing, the fish may be swimming, the animals may be walking by, butterflies may be in the area just flitting around, the hummingbirds going from flower to flower, and you sit in this environment or walk in this environment and you feel at one with these creatures, these other animals, these other beings. You know that God is in this place, that God has blessed this place and blessed us. And as you walk through or sit and enjoy, any doubts or fears that may be plaguing you, any conflicts, just release those. Just give those back to God. Just release those away from you and just say, I am whole. I am complete. I am healed. And I am going to be a source of love and light on this planet. I am going to celebrate the ground I walk on, the air I breathe, the sunshine on my face, the songs of the birds, the cries of the animals. And God is here with me. And maybe you have something you need to ask God right now. Your spirit guides are watching over you, and maybe you need to ask them a question, something you've been thinking about, searching for, wondering about, or maybe it's just an appeal to, please let me lead the life I need to lead. Let me be the most conscious, aware, loving, sensitive person I can be. Teach me to be the person I want to be, the reason I'm here, the journey I'm on. Make sure I'm on that path that leads me to heightened consciousness, to evolution, personal evolution, which will lead to earthly evolution and soul evolution. And know that we are all here and it's all unfolding exactly as it should be. Even in times of strife, that's just a sign that we're here to learn something new. Feel the energy of the place you're in. Feel Mother Earth's love surrounding you. Feel the energy of the people sitting next to you. How they love you, they care about you. We're a family here at Unity. You always have friends here that can hold your hand, give you a hug, help you find your way. Just take one more moment to bask in the sunshine. Maybe there's a little brook that's burbling right by you. Maybe you're on a path and you're walking towards a place you love. Maybe you're just seated. And now let's slowly, stand from that place, return slowly to this room and feel the peace in this room. Feel the love. Feel the acceptance that we all have for each other. And know that we are blessed. And so it is.
I wrote this song in 2013 for a women's retreat about being bold and quit playing small. That used to be a theme in my life, playing small. I'm just playing small. But I don't recognize that anymore. So it's really fun to sing this song on the other side of that. Yeah. So today, we conclude our theme of April showers, showers of blessings. Today's title is From the Basement to the Penthouse. Now, what can basement and penthouses have to do with blessings? Well, everything. If we think of basements and penthouses as metaphors for where we hang out in our minds. So where do we live in our minds? Are we in the basement? Or are we in the penthouse? Because wherever we live, predominantly, most of the time, this is the place from where we create our world, our experiences. Wherever we live, predominantly, most of the time, this is the place of blessing or not. And the Buddha said, all we are is the result of what we have thought. And Jesus said, it is done unto you as you believe. And Wayne Dyer says, change your thoughts, change your life. These are more than just thoughts. It's really the sum total of our consciousness. And what is consciousness? My definition is it's a combination of our thoughts, attitudes, beliefs, values, feelings, and our actions. And whatever is in our consciousness, that's what we're going to experience in our lives. So whatever we think, act, believe, feel, visualize, vision, imagine, read about, watch on TV, think about. In fact, all of the processes which affect or impress us at all are going into a subjective state of our thought. God bless you. Subjective, I had to look it up. It means influenced by the personal feelings, tastes, or opinions. In other words, our perception. Whatever we perceive. And whatever goes into that subjective state of our thought tends to return to us again as some kind of a condition. So we, and we alone, control our destiny based on our perceptions. That's why we're all so different. So what does the basement of consciousness symbolize? It's pretty obvious, right? But first, though, I want to ask how many of you were born in Phoenix? Do you even know what a basement is? We grew up with a basement. It was scary. We didn't want to go down there. So some basement qualities, and I don't mean the ones that are fixed up like a movie theater down there. So negative emotions dominate our awareness, fear, intimidation, instant perceptions of hostility, easily take offense to things. We have a sense of separation, victimhood. Just think if we lived in the basement and Amy and I in New York, we would have just been, it would have been a horrible trip. Because we're little girls in this huge place. Could have been scary, but that wasn't our perception. So do we feel very blessed hanging around in that basement consciousness? No. Okay, well then let's talk about penthouse qualities. Penthouse consciousness qualities. Understanding of ourselves as spiritual beings, living with feelings of well-being, faith, love, compassion, oneness with the whole, understanding the ability of Spirit to do all for us, working through us, belief in the inherent goodness of life, awake to who and what we are as Spirit. Do you think that Amy and I would have had such an incredible encounter with that woman on the street if we were in basement consciousness? We feel a little bit more blessed here in the penthouse consciousness, right? And how do we move from basement consciousness or to the penthouse consciousness and thereby experience a blessed life? Well, Wayne Dyer said, the elevator to success, which we could change the words to a blessed life, is closed today. So you're going to have to take the steps, one step at a time. So what are some of the steps on the stairway up from the basement to the penthouse that we could take this morning? So I want to give you 3 flights of stairs. And the first flight of stairs is resist not the what is. It is what it is. Think about that for a moment. It is what it is. A chair is a chair is a chair. We don't have to put our perceptions on what that chair is. It is what it is. It may seem simplistic, but think about Stephen Covey's circle of influence idea from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Look at what is within and without your circle of influence. So when I say I accept what is, for now, you just let go of your resistance, which allows you to begin to move out of the basement of that consciousness. For we all know that whatever you resist persists, right? We know that. Whatever we resist persists. Jesus said it, resist not evil. And from the standpoint of creation, I'm really getting why we don't want to resist what is. Because we're just going to get more of it. Because of all that energy we put into it, and all the emotions and the feelings that we give it. That's how we create. So say with me, will you? I accept what is.
I accept what is.
For now.
For now.
Good job. So these stairs from the basement to the penthouse are really more like a pyramid rather than a staircase. Each step is a foundation on which the next one is built. Okay? So the second flight of stairs is to adopt the attitude that the universe is conspiring for your good. So say that with me, please. The universe is conspiring for my good. Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore said, there is nothing in the universe that limits you, or that would or could desire to limit you. There's nothing in the universe that withholds from you, because in so doing it would withhold from itself. You are some part of its purpose. Therefore, the Spirit seeks, urges, and pushes against you to fulfill itself. Moving up to the penthouse consciousness means that no matter what is going on around us, we continue to know that the universal good desires to be expressed as our individual good. No matter what other people say or do. No matter what else is going on around us. A man lived by the side of the road and he sold hot dogs. He was hard of hearing, so he had no radio. And he had trouble with his eyes, so he read no newspaper, nor did he watch TV. But he was happy selling great hot dogs. He put a sign up on the highway telling how great they were. And he stood by the side of the road and cried, "Hey you, want to buy a great hot dog?" And people came by and they bought those hot dogs. So he increased his meat and bun order. He bought a bigger stove to take care of his trade. And then one day his son came along from college to help him. And his well-meaning son said, "Dad, haven't you heard the news about the recession? The economy is really bad. The unemployment situation is terrible. And the energy situation is worse." Wah, wah, wah. Whereupon the hot dog man thought, well, my son's been to college. He reads the newspaper and he listens to the radio. He ought to know. So the father cut down on his meat and bun order. In fact, he took down his advertising signs. He no longer bothered to stand by the side of the road and yelled, "Wanna buy my hot dogs?" And his hot dog sales fell almost overnight. "You're right, son." The hot dog man said to his boy, "We certainly are in the middle of a bad recession." So don't let naysayers, even if they are well-meaning, draw you down into the basement. Remember that the universe is conspiring for your good. Always, in all ways. Sometimes we go in the opposite direction. When things start changing for the better, start going well, we might sabotage it. We think it's too good to last. We're afraid that we'll jinx it somehow, or we don't know how to handle all this good. So, repeat after me. Nothing is too good to last.
Nothing is too good to last.
Nothing is too wonderful to happen.
Nothing is too wonderful to happen.
And I deserve it.
And I deserve it.
That wasn't me.
The third flight of stairs, choosing to have a spiritual experience with life. So we may need a little help with this one. Dear God, so far today, I've done all right. I've not gossiped at all today. I've not lost my temper, been greedy, grumpy, nasty, selfish, or even overindulgent. And I am thankful for that. But I'm going to get out of bed in a few moments, and I really need some help with that. Ernest Holmes wrote in the Science of Mind textbook, we need spiritual experience, a first-hand knowledge of life and reality. There's no medium between God and us. Nothing between life and living, between heaven and hell, but an idea. But an idea has no real value until it becomes an experience. In conversation, we can assume great knowledge of religion and philosophy, but how much do you really experience? So we can only know that which we experience. All great religions have taught truth, but it doesn't mean anything to us unless it becomes our truth. We need spiritual experience, he says. We shall never know peace until we embody it. We should never know truth until we become truth. And we cannot know God unless we sense God within our own being. The Spirit is ever giving, but we must take. What life does for us must be done through us. Spiritual experience is deep, calm, and self-assertive. It is a result of actually realizing the presence which binds us all together in one complete whole. So spiritual experience is a fact. It springs from within, coming from that never-failing fountain of life, which quenches every thirst, which sources in eternity, the wellspring of self-existence. It is a revelation of the self to the self, putting us back on the track of our own self-dependence on spirit, our own at-one-ment with reality. I know I've shared with this group many times some of my spiritual experiences. And I encourage all of you to share your spiritual experiences with each other, because we forget about them. And then all of a sudden you're listening to someone's story and they're, oh man, well wait a minute, I did have one. You know? I'm talking about one of the times was when I was 11 years old. I had gone to confession at the Catholic Church, and something happened to me. I came out and I was so full of energy that I put on my favorite top. I was 11, I think, and I had shorts on, and I jumped on my little bike and I rode my bike as fast as I could to my friend's house. I had the Spirit of God in me. And all of a sudden, midway to her house, something happened, and the veil was gone, and there was just an incredible feeling of oneness with the earth, the trees, the wind. It was, and I know that there are people in this room that this is jarring you, going, I had something like that too, you know? It's a spiritual experience. You can't, it's very hard to describe, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. So I want to conclude with a parable of a farmer who owned an old mule. The mule fell into the farmer's well. The farmer heard the mule braying. How many of you know the sound of a donkey braying? God. So after carefully assessing the situation, the farmer sympathized with the mule, but decided that neither the mule nor the well was worth the trouble of saving. I know. So instead he called his neighbors to help haul dirt to bury the poor old mule in the well and put him out of his misery. Initially, the old mule was hysterical. But as the farmer and his neighbors continued to shovel the dirt that hit his back, a thought struck him. It suddenly dawned on him that every time a shovel load of dirt hit his back, that he could just shake it off, and step up. And then he did, blow after blow. Shake it off and step up. Shake it off and step up. He repeated it. No matter how painful those blows or distressing that situation seemed, the old mule fought his panic and just kept right on shaking it off and stepping up. And it wasn't long before the old mule, battered and exhausted, stepped up triumphantly over that wall of that well. What it seemed like would bury him actually blessed him. All because of the manner in which he handled his adversity. That's life. If we face our lives from a penthouse consciousness, then whatever comes along won't bury us. Instead, it will bless us. So remember how to shake it off and step up by accepting what is and establishing the foundation of the base. And this is what we must do first all of the time. Next, we choose to believe that the universe is conspiring for my good. We lift up out of that basement. We look at a new way of life. We see the what is differently. And finally, by making a conscious choice to have a spiritual experience with everything that we do, we reach to the point of the pyramid. And remember, this point can't exist without two foundational levels. But from the view at the top of the pyramid, it's pretty spectacular. In fact, we might even say from this viewpoint that we are absolutely, completely, and totally blessed. And so it is.
And so it is.
So after that, let's do our affirmation if you repeat it with me. I accept what is and choose to believe that the universe is conspiring in my favor. I consciously choose to have a spiritual experience. I am absolutely and completely blessed. And I think we are today, from start to finish. Amen. All right, now it's time for our giving. I want to thank all of you who give online. Wonderful of you, and then we will go ahead and do our offering blessing. We'll bless those offerings. Join me, please. Divine love as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. I am so blessed. Thank you, God. Okay, we'll sing our song. Barb and Brian and company. God is a source.
God is the fire in my
beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Julia. Join me with our prayer of gratitude. We give thanks for these many blessings of today, and know they are but a symbol of the inexhaustible substance of the universe. I give thanks that 10 times as much or more is now on its way to me and quickly manifests in perfect ways. Okay, so now for some announcements. The board thought that it would be nice if we could have a social get-together before the weather got too bad or too hot. Oasis Park is right out and down the street, just a little around, and it's all covered. It's got very, very nice countertops, electric plugs to plug things in. So we thought we'd have a church picnic. Wear your t-shirts if you have them next Sunday. This will be next Sunday. It's Cinco de Mayo for those of you who care about that kind of thing. So if you want to bring a margarita, that's fine. Just saying, just saying. So the church picnic is next week. We're going to gather. We're just going to have some food, fun. There is a sign-up sheet to say what you're going to bring, but I don't know who's going to see it. But if you put it out now, we'll have a better idea. Julia.
The pool is open for whoever wants to swim. So if you want to bring your swimming suit, go for it.
Yeah, so there is a pool, and you can do that. You can have the use of that.
And the easy directions are, once you exit the parking lot, turn left.
And it's just a little ways down, and you'll see it. It's where the pool is, and it's a very, very nice little park area.
What time?
So that'll be right after the service. So if you bring something, if you can keep it in, if you need to bring it in here to keep it cool, I would suggest coolers for things that need to be cold, hot bags for things that need to be hot. However, you're all adults. I'm sure you can figure it out. Wait. Was there something else? Oh, yes. We said there is an RSVP and sign up. Anyway, this will take the place of Friendship Sunday. So we're doing this instead. So how many of you think you can come? Just good. Yeah, good. So good. Okay. So I think I'm going to bring Amish salad. Make Ela happy. So that's next Sunday. I also want to tell you just a couple other things. The board is going to have another retreat in July 20th. So we did that last year, and we came up with quite a few new ideas and things we're going to do. So also I want to talk just briefly, just a minute, I can't see what time it is, but I want to tell you about something that is happening that we made mention of. Our wonderful Jeanne, our minister, is now going to be doing her real work, the classes that she needs to take for full ordination. Up to this time, she's been on a special dispensation that she got to be our spiritual leader because she wasn't actually ordained yet, but she is going to be. Woo! Yay! I have seen the curriculum and all that she has to do, and having gone through this myself in the past, when you're doing these long distance things, she's going to be very, very busy. This is a 2-year program. They've accelerated it from a 3-year program, so she's got even more to do quicker. But they also reduced the price a little bit, which was wonderful. But this is something that, it's an investment. This is an investment in our spiritual leader, and I think we all agree that she's been wonderful. So one of the things that the board decided to do was give the congregation an opportunity to help to pay for some of the schooling costs. And we've already had a couple of gifts. We've had a nice gift of $500 anonymous. We've also had someone provide airfare for Jeanne when she has to go back, because once a year she has to go to Unity in Kansas City, right? So we are planning a fundraiser. Get it? Fundraiser. And that's going to be on November 16th. And yeah, it's not a typo. It's really supposed to be that way, fundraiser. Because we're going to have fun. And one of the things we're going to do is have a silent auction. So we're telling you this now because we want you to start thinking about what you could provide as a gift to donate for the silent auction, and start thinking about who you could invite. They don't have to be church members, they can be someone else. But all of the proceeds from this will go towards Jeanne's education fund. Okay? It's not that the church does not have the money. We actually do have the money. We could pay it all. But it would deplete our reserves significantly. So we want to give you this opportunity. So this year we're going to do that. And it's going to be at Mark's house. And if you've not been to Mark's house, you are missing an experience, because it is a very unusual, beautiful house. It was Debbie's dream house, I know that. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's a great place. It's over in Oakwood. So just to let you know and plan that, I just wanted you to know about it and be thinking about it. And you can be very creative. You know, it could be a dinner for 4 at your home that you prepare for someone, or in their home. Or it could be, oh, I don't know, like a song written. I just thought about that, so be creative, and it gives you lots of time to think about it. So mark that on your calendar, November 16th at Mark's Place. So be thinking about that. And then one last thing that the board talked about that I want to share with you also is that you may not be aware, because you always come in that door over there, but there are actually 4, count them 4, doors here. And for safety's sake, you should know where they are. So I'm pointing them out. One is over here. That door goes outside, okay? There's a door back there that takes you outside. The door that you come in, and then also there's a door way over there, past the storage thing. I don't know. I think that goes out
just to the yard out there.
To the yard out there. But it's important that you know that, because should anything ever happen, of course we have faith and know that it won't, but if it should, you should know. So those that sit in the back, you should go that way, you should go that way, you guys go that way. As I said, you're all adults, you can figure this out, okay? So we just did want to tell you all of that. So those are some of the things that we've been discussing. Other announcements, Derek? We've got our prayer partner today is Barbara Kelly. Our prayer team is meeting, of course, every Wednesday via Zoom. Reiki Share Group is Tuesdays. Betty is the person to talk to about that. Metaphysical Group every 2nd and 4th. What time is that, Sheila?
2 o'clock in the afternoon.
2 p.m. Maybe our wonderful Derek would add 2 p.m. to that. So and next Sunday's musician is a mystery.
Cerise Patron.
Oh, well, Cerise is going to be here. Yay, well, you don't miss that. Now that is a blessing as well, isn't it? Yeah. We're just getting all kinds of blessings, y'all. Question, yes, Barbara?
I've been coming for weeks, and I wonder if something's the matter with Betty. I should get in touch with her.
Yes. Yeah, well, we have been sending her. She lost a family member.
I know that.
Yeah, and so she's traveled for one thing, and but we are keeping close eye on her. Of course, feel free to call her. She may or may not be there. But Ela does an outstanding job of keeping in contact with all of the people who do not show up, as does Julia and, of course, Jeanne. And Julia, did you have something else?
I do. There's new rousters back here, and I'm going to email them again this week, because we're going away for the summer. Then you'll have phone numbers. If there's not an address, that means I don't have an address. If you want it, give them a call. But new rousters are back here, and I'll email it this week.
Perfect. Did everybody hear that? Yeah. New rosters, and she's emailing it. Thank you for doing that. It's really nice to be able to, if you want to call somebody or mail them a card or something. So, but anyway, Ela's very, very good about doing that. So, but thank you for asking, Barbara.
I've been wondering all these weeks.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. When people don't show up for a while, and we have some of those, and this is an aging population, and so it's good to check on them for sure. I think that's everything.
Aging.
When is the summer?
I know. Well, some of us don't, but some of us do. Yes, ma'am.
When is the summer break?
The summer break is all of July and August. And then we will meet back the 2nd Sunday of September. Because we don't meet on Labor Day weekend. But we'll start the 2nd Sunday of September. Yes? Clear? Okay. thank you for the beautiful music, not just Barb and Ryan and company, but also Don and Emily. That was just an incredible blessing. Thank you so much. It was wonderful hearing that. And thank you for sharing, Jeanne, all of your blessings. So thanks to Julia for bringing the flowers, and Ela for that wonderful prayer, Kay for the daily word, and Mark and Derek, our sound engineer. We love Derek. Any other announcements, any other questions, anything anybody just feels they have to say? No? Okay. Hey, have a great Sunday. And you all are blessings. Let's sing out and then have our prayer for protection.
Watches over us. I am presence because we are, God is, because you are, and I am the I am, and so